Hi everyone, welcome to the next video. It's my butt scraping on the table. Welcome to the next mushroom video from this page from Small Victories by Johanna Basford using Polychromos pencils. Let's come in nice and close, and we've got this lovely little house. I love the roof and all these little mushrooms on the top. And I have got my pencil sharpener today, which is always good, and I have decided on how to colour this particular picture. So I'm just sharpening my pencil ready. This is the light Cobalt Turquoise. Could do with a new one, couldn't I? And I'm going to do the house in this colour. We're going to do a sort of bluey turquoise theme across the whole of this picture, which I think will be lovely. I do like this colour. I mean, I say sound a bit big-headed. I think it'll be lovely. No, I do. I just particularly like these colours. So I'm hoping that you do too, or that you will enjoy it, or pick your own colours. I was going to say, actually, I had someone very kindly say they had copied my colours for a particular picture and they hoped I didn't mind. And I want to make it really clear that the reason I share the videos and the pictures are absolutely for you to copy. It's very flattering, in fact, if people do that. So, oops. So I'm very happy for you to do that. This is the Cobalt Green. I'm going to use it to darken the edges of this little house. I've tried to make it a little bit dark on the edges, but you can see it's round. And so if we can make it a little darker here, just slightly fading as we come in, then it will help to give that round illusion. Yes, so everything is here for you to copy or be inspired by. Change as you will. You know, if you prefer it's done in a slightly different way, that's brilliant. That just shows imagination and your personal taste being reflected in what you're doing. But if you want to keep it identical, do so. You know, it's all, I do this so that you get inspired. This is the Cobalt Turquoise. I'm going to use it for the roof tiles. I talk you through one, and then I'll natter while I do the others. So I'm going to do lots of little layers of colour here and then fade it down towards the bottom like that. So hopefully you can see it's a little darker at the top to bottom. I'm going to do all of them the same. Yeah, so it's I do like it if you put a picture on social media, whether that be on Instagram, Facebook or whatever, that you tag me or hashtag me, you know, just saying that you used my video or were inspired by my picture. It's always nice because then I can find it, and it means that I can then come and see it, which is really lovely. I like to see what you've been doing, and also means that if someone else wants to have a go, they can find it, especially if it's from a video. You know, they can have a go as well. But if you I'm quite happy for I see people do it before and they couldn't remember whose picture they were influenced by, and I look at it and think, well, that was mine. And if you can't remember, that's fine, you know. But I know a lot of us look at a lot of pictures, and I personally, like, I was doing a piece yesterday. Sorry, I just got to wipe my nose. You could give you a minute to catch up if you're trying to follow along. I was doing a picture yesterday and I wanted to see how a few other people had done it before I started it, because I had this sort of idea. I don't know, I just wanted to check out other people's, and I found a picture which really inspired me. I couldn't find who had done it because I looked at it on Pinterest and it had a link, and I clicked the link and it didn't go anywhere. So I don't know who put the picture up there or who did the original picture. So that was a little bit annoying, but I know that happens. And so what I did, I didn't completely copy it. I took a few elements that I thought were good and sort of were inspired as inspiration, and it was I'm thinking you may not have seen it yet. I'm not sure when it's scheduled to go up on my socials, but it was in Tales from the Forest Kingdom. It's a little girl. Actually, you would have seen it in my completed pages in February. Little girl in like a Red Riding Hood type cape with a bird beside her, and I just wanted to see how people had done the cape really, and I found one that was red and I looked at it, and it looked amazing, but the red was a different tone of red to what I used, but they shaped the cloak and I tried to do the same thing. So I sort of took some aspects, but the dress that she was wearing, all the other things, I took a little bit of inspiration from the bag. She's holding a little bag, but mine was a very different colour. So, you know, I did a few bits the same, but not all of it. Now, I'm looking at my house. This, is it a window? I think it is. I'm going to colour it yellow like my windows. I'm going to do this door frame now in this colour to match the roof, as you do. There we go. Yeah, I think that's enough of that colour for now. We've got a few other turquoises which are a little bit darker, and I think I'm going to grab, what's that? Yeah, the helio turquoise I think I'll use for the door, but I'm going to make the door look a little bit wooden because I think that's cute. You don't have to do it this way. What I'm going to do is use it really lightly all over. Like that, just concentrating, and then putting some sort of lines in it as if there's wood. I don't know if that even looks like wood. And try that again because it's messy. I'm going to actually put another layer on and then put in these lines. Still not sure that that's really looking very wooden, but hey, that's how it is. Right, we're going to do the windows next. Now I think I'm going to do a sort of lemony yellow. I think it might match better. This is the cadmium yellow lemon. I'm going to try that. Need to sharpen. Now, if you've gone over the lines, which I'm sure I have, because I always do, this will go green. So I'm going to try to keep it within the lines and hope I've been clever with my blue, but I don't know. I've gone over on that corner, look. But there we go. Now we have our little mushrooms on the roof. They're cute, aren't they? I want them to look quite shiny. I try and decide whether to go dark or light. I think what I'm going to do is I might do the circles, the dots dark, and I might do those first. And we haven't done any like that really. Well, we've done a few actually. So we'll do, so here is the bluish turquoise. Let's put that down so you can see it. There we go. I'm going to do all my dots that colour first. I'm going to try and maybe make them a little darker at the bottom, but they're quite small, so I just do my best. And then we'll do the actual mushrooms in a slightly different colour. But we're going to match it all into the house because it's fun. I don't think nature would do that. But then, you know, the house is built under the mushrooms. Whoever built the house might have thought, right, I'm going to match those mushrooms. Because I'm assuming these aren't growing out of the roof. I mean, they might be. But I was sort of thinking more that they were growing behind. But maybe, I don't know. So I'm going to use the lightest one. This is our light Cobalt Turquoise for the stems to start with. I always feel like the stems should be lighter, but I don't know if in reality they are. I think I'm going to do the mushrooms in this colour too as a base, like we did with the house. They'll sort of tie in then. But we'll get another colour on here as well. But because we've coloured in these dots darker, we can just colour over them with this. Makes it a lot easier to colour it, I think anyway, rather than trying to go around it all. You might prefer to go around it. When it's small and fiddly, it's easier not to. Right, and let's grab our Cobalt Green and do some work on the edges. Firstly, I'm thinking on each stem there'll be a little bit of shadow at the very top, and I'm going to try and mark that in. It might not be dark enough. I am going to use a darker colour for some shadows in a bit. So I'm just going to add a bit of this and sort of put a more intense amount on the edge and then sort of just fade it inwards. The same way that we did on the house really, just to give them a little bit of shape. Of course you can just plain colour and not worry about this sort of thing. There's no need to. I have seen beautiful pictures done with just, you know, in water-based markers with no shading, just blocks of colour, and they look lovely. So there's no need to always worry that you've got to put in shadows and shading. And at the end of the day, it should all be about the process and enjoying yourself. So if that is more fun for you, then that's what you should be doing. Now the grass, I am thinking I want a more bluey green because it will match the blue house better. It also looks quite dusky and dark to me now because of the way that it's I'm going to use the dark phthalo green. Keep it dark. I just think these colours and the lights in the house and things, I don't know, make it look dark. Maybe it's because the blue might look a bit moonlighty, I don't know. Now this isn't really bluey, but it's a little bit more bluey than some of the greens, and I think it goes better. You know, I wouldn't put an olive green, for example, with a blue. I'd put an olive green with a orange, something warm, or yellow, even perhaps a red. But the bluey greens I would put with blues, but also purples and pinks, that sort of thing. I think this might be a little bit darker around the edge of the house. It doesn't want to go that much darker. I'm trying to make it look a little bit more even and neat. But right, now for some shadows. Now I would normally grab my dark sepia, but because this is of a colder colour scheme, I'm actually going to hit my elbow on the desk. No, use the Paynes grey. And I'm going to use this in several places. Firstly under here where I tried to mark it out with the blue. And it showed up terribly well, and where they're overlapping, put in a little bit of shadow around those spaces, and it just helps to give a bit more depth to the picture, I feel. And under the roof would be some shadow, I think. Now we could do some around our tiles as well, so under here we'll be casting a little bit of a shadow. I think my roof tiles do this. They're not this shape or anything like as pretty, they're concrete tiles, I think. And this square, very boring. But there we go. Now let's have a look in the camera. Okay, I am going to put a little more here. And a little more here. Yes, and here. I think we're nearly there now. Yeah, there we go. I'm happy now. So there is our little blue, sort of turquoisey house with its mushroomy roof. So there we go. So thank you very much for watching. Yeah, hoping you have a really lovely day and happy colouring.